Give us any chance, we'll take it. Read us any rule, we'll break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true.
Welcome to Night for Night, a podcast about 8 seasons in a row. I'm Mr. Fernandes, and
I am Chris Jayawardena. Hello.
We're about to review Squiggy in Love, which is an episode from season 4 of Laverne Shirley. It was written by Barry Rabinowitz, and it was directed by Penny Marshall in her very first directing gig ever, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And I bet you Chris has some facts about them, doesn't he?
Yeah, I got some few. So for Barry Rabinowitz, this was his 5th episode with 3 more to go for the series, including a rather infamous one in season 8. We'll get there. Previously, he had worked on Bachelor Mothers, The Stakeout, and Bus Stop. He also kept up as a story consultant on almost all of season 4. He would later go on to work on an episode of a show here and there, kind of work on shows here and there across the 1980s, including Different Strokes, Throb, Webster, and even did a episode of the League of Their Own TV series, which is fitting given the director of this episode.
Yes.
And regarding Penny, I feel like there's little bits here and there I can mention. Kind of felt like rather than giving an overview of her whole career, just kind of see a little bit of where she goes from here. Because around the same time as this episode, her second gig was she directed the pilot for Working Stiffs and would later continue on Laverne and Shirley, obviously as an actor, and directing 3 more episodes for the series.
Yes, she does. Directly after Laverne and Shirley is when she got her first feature directing gig. She kind of almost stumbled into it. She was in New York buying a penthouse, which she owned from like 1984 right up through her death. They're literally just selling that penthouse right now. She had gone to New York. She had planned on moving there. And she bumped into Whoopi Goldberg, and it was Whoopi Goldberg's birthday weekend. The two of them were hanging out. While the two of them were hanging out, they were contacted by people at I think it was New Line, which is what distributed Jumping Jack Flash. And they desperately needed a director for the movie. And Penny was tapped to do it. And that was her first movie ever. And what she did was basically grab everyone she could, all the friends that she knew, everybody who owed her a favor. Everybody was thrown into the pot. Michael does appear in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
He has a cameo with some dialogue in which he plays a member of royalty who gets seduced by Whoopi Goldberg, who serenades him with a Supreme song.
Oh my gosh! Oh wow!
Oh, it's so good. It is a cute. It is a cute scene.
Nice.
It is so cute.
The other thing also was even Chris Thompson, a regular Laverne and Shirley writer, also was I think one of the folks that she called in to kind of work on punching up the script, because it sounds like from the story I think we're both going off of, the film was in a bad spot and Penny really saved the day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she did. And she proved that she could handle that and handle all that pressure, and that's what ended up getting her the in to do big. Sent her into the stratosphere director-wise. In the space in between, I can't remember what that specifically mentioned what she was in negotiation for, but she ended up fighting with studio due to script conflicts. But Jumping Jack Flash was her very first film. It was a modest success, which is impressive considering what a mess it was in the development stages. One story that is attached to the film's Wikipedia page is that apparently Penny was dating Sam Kinison during the filming of that movie of Jumping Jack Flash, and she wanted to use him. Whoopi Goldberg said no, and the two of them got into a huge fight. Whoopi Goldberg and Sam Kinison promptly remained estranged for the rest of Kinison's life, and Penny and Kinison broke up.
So, Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's some drama there.
Just imagine Penny and Sam Kinison as a couple, though.
Yeah, my brain's having difficulty wrapping my head around that. I mean, that's not a he makes me laugh kind of relationship there, because I would figure it'd be that she makes me laugh would be the relationship there.
Yeah, but I have no idea what was going on there, but that happened. That was happening in 1984.
It's the 80s. It's the 80s. Do a lot of coke, vote for Ronald Reagan.
Beat me to it. You beat me to it. Darn.
I'm sorry. You can get the next Rick Sloan reference out.
Yes. They're rubbing puppets on us. No.
Oh no. Anyway, so Squiggy in Love, today's episode. What do we got for
I'm
Synop?
I'm on. Yes. Squiggy blackmails Shirley into getting him a date with Vivian Mcafee, a new receptionist up in Yeast at Shotz. Though Shirley's sure that the tall, curvaceous woman will have no interest in her chum, upon meeting Squiggy, Vivian seems to return his desire, and they begin dating. Squig's on cloud 9, but Lenny and the girls soon realize that Vivian's using Squiggy for cheap labor and easy money to get herself moved into her new apartment. When she threatens to manipulate him out of the inheritance money he got from his grandma Priscilla, which Squig is saving to establish a knife sharpening business with, to get herself a new refrigerator, Shirley vows to step in. Will Squiggy finally realize he deserves better than Vivian, or blow his nest egg on the red-headed viper? Meanwhile, Shirley tries to get the spark back into a relationship with Carmine after comparing their unexciting union to Laverne's new and wild relationship with Ted Nelson, the fireman. What do you think of this episode?
This felt like a return to form.
Yeah, it's such a good episode.
It's good. I enjoyed this. I'm really impressed with the work that Penny does here as director. This is the kind of show that pretty much had like a sort of a stamp sort of feeling, and the stories you hear from Zwick and from Rafkin, you definitely get the feeling that after a while they just were, these were essentially assembly line when it came from a production standpoint. But Penny is able to do some things with the character stuff. Like she has actors play up certain elements. I think her element of having had more actor training and things like that, I think helps immensely. And one of the things I love is how she really builds up the bond of the group of the four of them.
Yes.
And that those parts are handled fantastically. And my God, Carmine's really likable in this episode for me. which basically it's been like a season since I could say that.
Yeah. Yes, this episode is adorable in a lot of ways. This is the first time in a long time where Lenny and the girls are absolutely a indivisible unit. They are going to save Squiggy no matter what from this woman. They love him. He is their Squiggy, and that is gorgeous after everything that they've done to each other this season. Jeez, this season. So really sit down and think about it. Oh man, I love this one. I really love this one.
It's delightful.
Before we dive in completely, it's worth noting that on the same evening on ABC, Carmine, Shirley, Laverne, Lenny, and Squiggy all appear on the Happy Days episode Fonzie's funeral. Fonzie has to fake his death. They throw him a funeral. The gang shows up. Everyone's upset. Laverne tries to rip off her blouse and put on Fonzie's casket. And then just for ripping off her L and putting it there.
Oh my gosh.
It's funny. It's funny as heck. Oh
man. This is why folks need to we need to finally get around to those some of those crossover episodes that in the future.
First one opens up season 5, so that's going to be an interesting experience, I do believe.
Oh.
So this is the first time we really hear about Skullneck Pond, which is so awful they pull the body out of it.
Yeah, my mom cried out, "Oh God!" when there was when they found the body. That line just got that immediate visceral reaction out of her.
They finally found the body, and it's just like I can imagine what this place is like. I have no idea if it's off like in some kind of wooded area. I had the mental image that it's off near a wooded area, and it's not like a cement pond, to quote the Beverly Hillbillies. It's not like a public pool. But geez, just imagine that somebody got killed and drowned in it, and they had to dredge the whole thing. Man, that's funny. And it's a funny and kind of black comedy laden opening to go with the rest of this really nice, lighthearted episode. I love the line, finding a body is not romantic. Go with that. That's good.
I mean, hey, tell that to Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple.
Hey, yeah. Well, that's an OTP. That's different. Doesn't matter. They can make out over the body and nothing doing. That's true love.
Kudos to anyone who also is realizing that is also making a reference to a Peter Serafinowicz bit.
Yeah. Oh goodness, yeah. But then the revelation that Carmine and Shirley feel like their relationship is getting stayed. The Zippity's going out of their doodah, which is a great line.
Amazing line.
And Laverne's just trying to encourage Shirley, which is really nice. This is really nice. The girls and the way they treat each other in this episode is also really good. Because Laverne just wants Shirley to be happy with Carmine, and Shirley's just trying to figure out what the key is to get the spark back between them. So it's a really good little B plot for this wonderful episode.
It's great, and it leads directly into the if you're not careful, you could start to grow old and marry who knows what.
Hello.
I also interesting that Squiggy shows up without Lenny.
Yes, which is rare. I don't know why he's not in this particular scene, but yeah, he has stalked down to the girls' apartment with determination. He's Vivian Mcafee. This girl is gorgeous beyond belief. Squiggy, she's not your type.
Well, who is?
Oh, honey, you feel bad for Squiggy in this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Because he is his tough and defiant self, yet you see under the shell. You absolutely see his soft underbelly where he hates himself. And he thinks he doesn't deserve anything better. He hates himself even more than Lenny hates himself, which is impressive.
Yeah, that's why I still wonder if Star-Crossed, I still argue whose song was it. Because part of me wonders. I know your call is that it was Lenny wrote that one.
Yeah.
But I'm on the fence.
Yeah. Well, who do you think wrote Night After Night?
Oh man, I mean, Night After Night, I still say is predominantly Squiggy.
It feels like a Squiggy story so much. I always say that Star-Crossed is a Lenny thing because it's so pathetic. It's very him, and that's the way he sees romance.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And when asked what he would do if he only had 24 hours to live, he goes, "Oh my God, I'd kill myself." At one point in canon, which that's what puts me in mind of that being his like romantic ideal, where you just like put yourself into the drink.
Yeah,
and find freedom
down in the reservoir. Throw each other in. Okay, so then, if we're gonna talk the songs though, because as of this recording, we were just putting up "Oh Hear the Angel Voices." Who do you think wrote the Santa Claus song? I figure it was a bit of both, but that seems more like a Lenny to me.
Yeah, that feels like both of them, especially the beginning with the snow always screws up my hair. That feels like a Squiggy concern.
Yep.
That does feel like a mixture of them, and I feel like Lenny absolutely would think that would be a very moving, pathetic idea. And they met Santa, and Santa died because he is poor and died and old, and he would think that would be a great story. I can see that being a split POV. There is a really good song coming up in season 5 that we get to talk about soon, but we'll puzzle that one out when we get to it. Yeah, but enter the notion that Squiggy spied on Shirley bobbing for apples with another guy at their Halloween party. Carmine the Hobgoblin.
Yep, which that's a and I like it's Ichabod Crane, which is obviously it's his way of calling Ichabod. Interesting trivia note: Ichabod Crane is the name of the ghost with a jack-o'-lantern head in the Clay Fighter video game series from the 1990s.
Huh. Okay, I didn't know.
I sincerely doubt that's anything more than a coincidence.
Yeah, it's coincidental. Yeah, this episode was filmed in 1977, I believe. Yeah. I think it was 77 or 78. I think it was 78. Yeah.
Well, the thing is that the show wasn't in syndication at the time the first Clay Fighter game was made, so that'd be the thing.
They went into syndication right in the middle of the show's run. I think they went into syndication during the season.
Oh wow!
So once they had 4 to 5 seasons, they went for it, and they. I know Happy Days definitely went to syndication right in the middle of it too, the run, and they just did what they're doing with Bob's Burgers, what they're doing with well, they used to do with the Big Bang Theory, where they just add on the season a couple of months before the new season would premiere. The previous season would be added on to the syndication run.
Interesting. So, anyway, sorry, back on track. Yes, the Revelation.
Yeah, they did syndicate it right in the middle. Yes, the Revelation, and then. Laverne leaning in for that gossip is really funny.
It's cute.
I love that.
Oh boy. And you know, and that's Cheryl. She can be manipulated easily.
Yep. And then of course, Shirley gives in. She arranges the meeting. Squiggy's been counting the whole time, apparently for full days now.
Yep.
Possibly in his sleep. And I love his outfit. His outfit is so great.
My mother commented that she loved the Goodwill look.
Yes. The boys' outfits, until about season 5, you can tell that they just mismatched everything. And it's just like, this is bachelor wardrobe going on. Full bachelor wardrobing. Where they don't care, they just toss stuff on, and that's the rest of the day for them. And then Carmine's just sitting there with his bowling ball and his beer, watching this drama unfold.
Yep.
Only occasionally being involved. What's your type? Some little squat dancer? No offense, Carmine. How dare you insult my little squat dancer?
Yeah, my note from that quote, that line is, "My God, why can't you two be this cute all the time? Please."
I know. They're adorable.
It's so cute.
This particular episode. Maybe your type is Ichabod Crane.
You know, that's the interesting thing is that I think it kind of sums up what my issue with Carmine and Shirley is, that the way that it's been handled for most of the show. They're not allowed to be cute and affectionate to each other, except in a very like 50s high school teen sort of way. Because this is a more evolved relationship. It's my little squat dancer. You know, like, yes, he's a squat little dancer, but he's mine, and I love him. You know, that's what it is.
Yep, exactly. Ultimately, this is the most mature version of the relationship we have yet to see. And there is another version of it that will happen like around season 6 or so, which we will also get to. But I really liked them in this episode a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They're very cute together in this particular one. So enter Vivian, who leaves the toilet like a gazelle, which is also a great line. The way David delivers that line is so perfect. Oh goodness.
Yeah, I thought Vivian was a kick. It's very hammy. Yeah. It's a very cheesy performance, but it's also the exact kind of thing that Squiggy would fall for or want to believe in, I would say. She's clearly I think what's interesting about the performance is that it's clearly somebody putting on a really bad act. She actually is probably a decent actor and actually probably quite good. And you know, that's the joke, which I wonder if that was Penny's directing, is like, you need to come off as somebody that no one in the world believes you, that you are putting on this sham. Don't sell the sham, sell someone who's shamming, you know. Yes,
exactly. And Vivian is so fake until she's with the gang at the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
They're defending Squig. Yeah.
Go ahead. But I was gonna say about Cynthia Harrison, who plays Vivian Mcafee. So she was an actor for a while, you know, getting bits on shows like Chips, Vegas, Dallas, and doing some direct-to-video and small movies in the 90s. And then she turned to writing. And interesting, you know, thing, you know, to see her here in the show is her first gig was for an episode of the Mortal Kombat animated series from the 90s. And she also did a couple episodes of the Spider-Man, the animated series in 96, 97. She worked in 4 episodes of Clifford in the 2000s. And then later wrote for and co-created the documentary series Dogfights about famous aerial combat battles on, like, it's probably given to, like, you know, some History Channel knockoff type network. But anyway, I thought that was really cute to see her here, and then look that up. And I've watched all that Mortal Kombat show, so I know which one she wrote. That show
is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is so cool.
Yep.
That is so cool. I had no idea.
Yeah. And the only other place that people have really seen her the most is as a co-anchor in the film Outbreak from '95 that Dustin Hoffman won.
Oh.
So, but yeah, no, she's.
I didn't know she was in there.
Yeah, she's good though.
She's awesome. That is so neat. I love that the second Squig is confronted with love, he turns into a little puppy dog.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
But it does connect with his turning into a yowling, wailing puppy dog when Barbara, you know, left him.
Yes. Oh, this wine is white, just like Barbara. Still love that line. That may be one of the best lines that Michael and David ever wrote for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's fun. And then instantly he's Andy. He's staring at her boobs.
Mm-hmm.
He's gentlemanly. The connection happens. He makes that wonderful high-pitched sound of joy. And I love that exchange between Carmine and Shirley as Carmine just sits there finishing his beer, waiting to go bowling with his girlfriend. Love is blind. Blind, yes, but deaf, dumb, and unable to smell.
Yeah, I love that.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Beautiful.
gosh.
Totally beautiful.
Yeah, and then we get to see the break room, which has finally been making a lot more appearances this season.
Yeah. I feel like that's the easy go-to versus getting more exteriors and getting more interiors. They just, put them in the break room, which allows them to have workplace conflicts that are easy to track.
Yeah.
I loved the fact that apparently Shirley really digs Carmine in that hobgoblin suit. When that comes up, not the hobgoblin suit again. Laverne knows. I just think that's great. That's absolutely wonderful. I love the realism of them having lousy lunches right before payday. They're eating potato salad sandwiches. Lenny's balled up Wonder Bread and stuck it on a kebab skewer.
Mm-hmm.
And is sitting there eating Wonder Kebabs.
Yeah, Wonder Kebab. God, his delivery.
He's so proud of himself. I don't know why they're so grossed out by the ideas. It sounds better than potato sandwiches.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you toast that bread, that's probably pretty nice. But even just a little salt on there,
Yeah.
Put some leftover chicken grease from the stove.
Yeah. I love that. Who wouldn't? That who wouldn't to them saying they'd rather eat. Wasn't it turtle food? It was turtle food.
It is turtle food. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. And then Lenny declaring that Vivian and Squig are like Siamese cats that join at the hip.
I mean, this girl is gorgeous, but she must have the IQ of a frog, which my porch frogs take a lot of offense to that line. I'm going to be sending a note to the network about that.
Family of Slippy is very offended. Watch out.
Yeah, Slippy's children are very upset. Spot's not too happy either.
Oh.
Yeah, we've named most of them. I wasn't able to name two of them because I couldn't tell them apart this year.
Oh, that's cute. I love that. And then Squiggy's just on cloud 9, happy as a clam.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful day.
And so the flowers, they will grow.
Beautiful line. One of my favorite lines. I've actually used that quote in real life. So
nice. Spent the entire night in the bedroom. Yeah, and we get to what that means. Yeah.
And Julius LaRosa made me a tuna fish sandwich. Wow! Lenny's wow is so perfectly delivered by Michael. It's so hilarious.
It's so cute that he believes her even when she lies or is being sarcastic. It's adorable.
Yep. He's so impressed by her. And then, of course, they get to sit closer together. It was again.
Yeah. I was waiting for you to mention that.
Unnecessarily close sitting. Always a highlight.
Yeah, I this was the episode I was starting to see. I think I commented this to you when we were watching the episode that I finally was starting to see your point about how they tried to sink the ship, but it's somebody has been draining it quite well between episodes.
Yeah, pretty much. And you will see that as time goes on, it does not sink. By the time we get to season 7 and an AU episode where they're happily French kissing one another, yeah. Anyway, it did not work.
I would gasp, but I was yawning at the time.
I love how the girls and Lenny are kind of really here for the gossip, but they're also worried about Squig, but they're also really, really here for the gossip.
Yes.
So they're like creeping closer and closer to their conversation, trying to hear all the dirty details, while also being really concerned about him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's practically moved in with her. I can't hear another word of this. No. Scoot. Is this room getting smaller? Scoot back. It's really, Penny's blocking for this scene is glorious. This is one of the highlights of the episode for me.
Yeah. This is a really cute scene. It's an absolutely adorable scene. It's really cute.
God. And then I was just going to say the thank you for taming me punchline of the whole thing.
Yes. Thank you for taming me.
And smack.
Line. He smacked himself just like when Shirley kissed him in Hangover Book 2.
That's right. Reaction. Yeah.
When he is in lust or in love, he does that to himself. Whap right in the face. And then Lenny's so disgusted. And it's so weird that Lenny's disgusted by Squiggy's behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just like repulsed and horrified.
Yeah, I love Lenny and Laverne have got like synchronized faces, and Shirley's just like,
yeah. Yes. I love how offended Shirley is on Squiggy's behalf. This is the first time we ever get any kind of hint that she really, really cares about him as a friend and doesn't want him to be hurt. Because most of the time he is the guy she would rather jump off of a mountain than be near. This is the Squiggy and Shirley chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Is really delightful in that way.
You know, this is the one episode where maybe the sex won't be so hateful.
Yeah, there you go. The first time in my life, Squiggy seems short to me. That's a great line. That is a perfect line. I love everything about that scene. Right down to Squiggy standing there tugging at his scarf nervously.
Mm-hmm.
Such a great little gesture by David. And then we get to the next scene. Laverne is going out with Ted Nelson fireman. She has her siphon so she can go be stuck somewhere with him with no gas in the tank so they can make out. It's just like the most Laverne thing I can think of. Not thinking of a girl, but hey, we're having fun.
Yep. I mean, it's one of those. It's hard to argue with that type of logic just because of the fact that it's got ingenuity to it.
Yeah, she's gonna have fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that Shirley actually decides to call Squiggy on the phone to get him to come down instead of yelling up the dumbwaiter. Because the boys have a phone now, I guess. They do have a phone. We have heard that they have a phone, but there's no evidence they have a phone throughout the entire run of the show. So I don't know.
It's one of those or didn't happen kind of cases.
Yeah, it's fun. Much like the boys' love lives.
Oh, Lenny apparently got witnesses.
I still want to know if that was... Jesus, that line. That had to have been an improvisation. Because, wow.
Mm-hmm.
The implication. But yes, and while Shirley cannot get a hold of Squiggy, she decides it's going to be Shirley Whoopi Feeney time once again.
Yeah. With
That's
my note here is come in, you handsome devil, you. Close your eyes, I got a surprise for you. And my note is, oh, never mind.
Oh my god! Future
I was like, oh, it's a tacky fire. Okay, this is him trying, and it's cute. My mom thought it was adorable.
The tacky fire is super adorable. The sentiment is well appreciated, and they're having a good time. Unfortunately, it's not hot enough to melt a marshmallow on, but he's trying.
It's trying, and it's not radioactive enough to give us a Fallout universe alternate AU, which is like, come on. I want to see Shirley and Laverne and Carmine having to fight against death claws and mutated mole rats and fighting those with an exclamation mark.
Oh, that'd be funny. Oh my goodness.
Anyway.
Just shooting everything.
My mom thought this was really cute and sweet. And it was actually when she pointed it out that it made me think like, yeah, it's pretty adorable. And that's again what I was thinking is like, these two could have been this adorable the whole time if they were just trying with each other. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Why did it take 4 fracking years to get here?
I know. I could appreciate the idea of the conflict. If conflict had been better defined. The problem is the back and forth. That's the real problem here. That's the ultimate problem. Everything about this scene is so cute. It's just adorable. This is very much a young couple in their 20s trying to do the date thing and do the unique date thing in a way that is important to them and will refresh their relationship. And of course, this is what they think is exciting and new. We get a fake fireplace, we sit there next to it, and make out next to the fake fireplace.
Yep.
It's just really sweet. It's really sweet. And then, since we've had Squiggy enter before alone, here comes Lenny all by himself.
Yep.
Sure, at last I found you. Maybe I should have looked here first.
That line. I forgot about that line. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. Oh man.
The bit with the literal slow motion is so great.
Yes, slow down, and you realize that's his night after night voice.
Yeah. That shows you how vast Michael McKean's range is vocally. The fact that he can do that. He does that very, very deep part vocally and go very high. Not very high, pretty decently high. But yeah, when he does that deep voice when he's doing the slow motion thing, that's great. That is perfect. That is terrific.
Oh my god! I just looked at my notes for the $400 he's going to cash in the dead Granny's chips, and we're hearing about Viper Vivian's got into his mind, and it's like my notes go $400 from his grandmother. Gonna blow it on a 4-cooler fridge. Well, it is a wise investment, but the knives need sharpening.
Can you imagine Andrew Squigman running a knife sharpening business?
I can. Here's the thing. I would figure that the knife sharpening business would end up being a prop for a Stephen Chow kung fu movie, and then be destroyed in about 2 days of being open.
Goodness.
And then he's bankrupt.
My goodness.
That's what it would have. That's my prognostication if it ever occurred.
Poor Squig. He deserves better. I love that observation that, neighbor does need one. For sure. I think he actually might be good at it. Just standing there sharpening knives with his leather jacket.
Yep.
For hoods and various restaurateurs. Housewives.
Oh my god, can you imagine him as a knife sharpener that goes to restaurants and harasses everybody with he's got sharpeners underneath his like a trench coat. He goes in looking like a pervert. He flips at him. It's like, all right, who needs a knife sharpening? You need your knife sharpening. Is that cutting your bread? Is that cutting your is that cutting your mustard?
Give me a knife or I'll wipe the floor with you.
It's like, oh, that knife's pretty dull. It's like, all right, I'd like to speak to the manager here. I am the manager. Hey, you got a real business, a big racket here. You know, none of these knives are sharpened. The people are having to need my business left and right. They can't cut that knife they can't cut the steak with that knife. That's the butter knife, sir. Exactly. They need a better knife, and that's why I can sharpen it for them. Oh God.
That's so great.
My Squiggy voice is terrible. I just realized.
Nah, it's not too awful. Mine would be worse. Mine would be worse.
So then we get to the Shirley Squiggy conversation, which I really like this scene, but I did find it hilarious that it's immediately right into the armpit.
Yes. This is probably one of the best Shirley Squiggy scenes. Right up there with Shirley's operation, where they're just being real with one another.
Yep.
When they're real with one another, it is terrific. And I feel like they can be more real with one another, even than Laverne and Lenny can be, because as much as they can get brass tacks with one another, there's this kind of need to comfort each other there. Shirley and Squiggy don't care about that in a way. They just, blurt the truth.
Yeah.
Right out. And it's kind of fantastic in a lot of ways. Of course, the interesting inverse, before we dig into this scene, I must mention, is that Shirley relies on Laverne to get through to Lenny, and Lenny relies on Shirley to get through to Squiggy. That is interesting, if you really think about it. Neat.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. That's good.
They kind of know, well, this is the person that'll help if they won't listen to me. Yeah.
I like it.
I love that Squiggy's initial reaction is, of course, that Shirley wants to get into his pants.
Yeah, and
it's his first thought.
It's a very Squig thing it's part of the aspects that frustrate me about him, but at the same time, there was an interview in We magazine with David and Michael that it's like, yeah, they're the kinds of people that you hate and you can't stand, but they're kind of watchable. So yes,
they're lovable in their own way. I don't know if they intended them to be lovable, but they do become lovable. And they're arguably already lovable now.
It just hit me how many. It just actually hit me. There's a few actors I've worked with that are kind of like these guys, and kind of like this. I just had this weird thought. This is totally random out of nowhere, and I'll get back on topic and won't diverge too much. I just thought of just the way that, Squiggy can be so disrespectful to Laverne and Shirley. I just want Italian Spider-Man to suddenly just jump into the scene and smack him, go, respect women. And,
you respect women now.
Yep.
Perfect. Absolute perfect.
Ah,
I love the two of them taking that fighting stance with one another.
that was
They're
great.
ready to put hate sex. Had to mention the hate sex.
Yep, that's that's actually my note right at that point. Chemistry here is fantastic. Also, hate sex.
Yep.
I also love the let's forget about your lust, shall we? And it's like okay, got it.
Yes, think that son.
And that is a much better technique than a cold shower, from one who knows.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. As you stated, yes, experience. I love the way she decides to get an arm around Squiggy and just walk him around in a circle.
Oh, it's so cute.
Just walking around a circle, round and around the couch. And then the talk that she has with him about how, there was this kid in elementary school that everybody used because his father had a comic book store. And he used to get candy and comics and distribute them to people so people would like him. I'm still his friend. Squiggy is. Do you remember when we were in the 4th grade? Which time? Time we were 4th grade together.
And I love it's the first time when we were in the 4th grade together.
Yeah. I think the implication here is that the boys somehow repeated grades, but on the other hand, they all graduated in the same class in high school, so that's some alter continuity for y'all.
That is, unless, whatever happened, and, maybe they had better teachers for the junior and senior year in high school. Who
Possibly.
knows?
It's possible that they found the right kind of remedial learning for them that worked. It's possible they found different subjects there more fascinating than they did in elementary school or junior high. But I love that line a lot.
It's good.
And then Shirley starts to get through to him, and Squiggy goes into denial. She's so pure and busy.
Oh, that was familiar. That one was familiar.
There's some great lines here.
There's some great ones. How many times have you held her in your arms? Cheryl, how can you hold a free spirit in your arms? Those metaphors.
Like you stick a rocket in your pocket. You take a rocket and stick it in your pocket. I was close.
Yeah, and I love the her response to that is, I don't know how. I don't know. Okay, we'll find out the answer to those questions later.
Yeah. She absolutely goes into an elementary school teacher mode with him.
Yep. Oh, and
which is kind of sweet.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Go.
Oh no! We're talking about the choreography though, and just like because this matches that energy, right, of the elementary school thing, which I love is almost a callback to a driving test in a way.
Yes.
Where Shirley had to try to help Squig as well.
Yeah, exactly.
What I was going to mention is just follow me on this, and then when she moves, he follows.
Yes, that's perfect. That's super entirely perfect. The boys are such literalists. You can say that's because, they're stupid. It's not because they're stupid. It's because they think differently. You can say that they're dumb, but Lenny has such wiseness when it comes to people. And Squiggy is ambitious, and while he's not successful, he does know how certain elements of being a quote-unquote rock star work. So, the boys aren't that. They're dumb, but they're not that dumb. That's my verdict when it comes to stuff like that. And here's where David's performance just breaks the heck out of my heart.
Oh God, yeah. That really got me.
So good. Right into the chest. Squiggy knows this woman is using him. He would love to have a relationship like Shirley and Carmine's, but he looks at himself and goes, "This is as good as I'm going to get." And when I walk down the street with this woman, people respect me. They look at me like I'm a hot shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a big deal. And so he's selling for being used because he's not going to get any better. He's not going to get anyone who he thinks will return his affection.
Yep.
And Michael and David say their characters have no depth.
Ah, boy. Yeah, no, if we ever get the chance to interview either of those two, it's going to be an interesting day.
Oh God.
We have it's like well, our characters don't have any depth, and like, you and I both have like these, like, Leslie Knope style 50-page binders, we just slap on the tables like, all right, well, let's look at the evidence.
Yeah. I think like when they made that statement, we're talking about the We interview that is on our Twitter. We retweeted it. It did lose us a follower, so if you want to follow us, we appreciate that. I'm gonna go read that. They say in the interview, well, they live on this surface, and Michael makes fun of the idea of him having character depth. But the interview took place like right around either the end of season 3 or the beginning of season 4, and that's just before the guys actually start growing depth.
It's good point.
This is before Visit the Cemetery. That's before Squiggy in Love. But Lenny's already getting layers all the way back in season 2, and there's depth there in Look For Your Leap.
Oh yeah.
There's depth there in The Slow Child. There is depth. There is character depth. And the characters do grow away from like being the season 1 creations they were, where they're just very slightly cleaned up versions of the thugs that lived in the back of the boys' minds. Yeah. There's depth there, and there's depth in this episode. And it is like stunningly right in your face how good David is. David is so good.
He is.
Cindy is such a good scene partner for him. She does excellent support work too.
Yeah.
If they should have submitted these to the Emmy.
Agreed. Yeah. I think a Visit to the Cemeteries scene would have probably been the winner, but this would have definitely have gotten them consideration.
Yeah.
I mean,
Visit to the Cemetery should have gone out for writing. It really should have. Oh yeah. It's really good.
Yeah. I just love the just the moment when she's, Shirley tells him, Vivian's taken something from you that you've always had, and he suddenly responds, she took Lenny. And and I know that's a comedy beat, but what's interesting about it is that it means his pride and his dignity means so little to him conceptually that he doesn't feel he ever had it, or if he did, it was lost a long time ago.
Yeah.
The first time he was locked in a closet, the first time that he was kicked around, the first time that he was, beaten by somebody older than him, there are layers to that. And the way he portrays that line with such earnestness is not vaudevillian. It's actually it's tragicomic,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time his mother hit him, to be real.
Yeah.
All that stuff. I mean, both of the boys have been beaten by their mothers. And that gets addressed in a way and doesn't get addressed in a way in the belly of the show and in their behavior. But yeah, in a way, in spite of themselves, these characters have grown legs. They grow up during the course of the show. Even the girls become more complicated. Everybody grows up, and the boys especially. When we hit California, they become much more mature in a way. And that's going to be interesting to witness once we get there. I love that exchange. What does that add up to in your mind? 4!
Smack.
Right in the face. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Oh God. And the then there's the exchange, took your pride away your pride. It was one thing Andrew Squigman always, I'm paraphrasing this a little bit because I was having to write these notes so fast. There's one thing Andrew Squigman always had, it was pride, and he's like, did he die? And it's like, well, almost, but there's still time for him to figure out he's being humiliated by someone who treats him like a sucker, and that leads into the Romeo analogy. And then
that's so good. I have that whole thing written down. They called Romeo a sucker. Look how he turned out. He killed himself. He's dead too.
I love that so much.
Oh, everything about that is gorgeous.
And again, it's such a tragicomic moment at the end. Promise me you'll think about it. And he goes, ha 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 ha, with what? Before he storms out. And to be honest, this is really strong writing for a Barry Rabinowitz episode. Barry, I think, got some assistance on this, or it was a case of him with kind of the brakes taken off, I wonder. Because there is something, his episodes have been good. if I recall, let's see. Yeah, he did Bachelor Mothers, which is pretty much just very much a comedy episode. The Stakeout, which is very much a comedy episode, and Bus Stop, which is kind of one of the weaker ones. But here,
Yeah.
like this feels more like one of the better ones, and it works really well. This scene is kind of the winner of the whole episode. But yeah, anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. I like it. It was good.
No. Bus Stop was hampered by its disjointedness. This episode flows like honey. It is so perfectly done. Every single little bit of this episode is done with care and precision. I don't know if he did get help, if this is just him saying, screw it, this is what I want to do with this character. If Penny encouraged him since Penny directed this. I don't know, but it's fantabulous. It's really, 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 really good.
Yep. And then we get to the finale for the I guess the conclusion of the episode.
Yep.
And then we get the things are getting very hot. Took the drive down to Skolnick's Pond in the dark, and then listen to the crickets.
Yeah. Laverne thought she was gonna get some smut. That's nice. I love her. That's nice.
Yeah.
When she has no idea what to say about something, that is what she goes to. That's what she told Lenny when he says that his last name means help, there's a hog in my kitchen. That's nice. The same reaction.
Nice.
Fabulous. Laverne is so into them, and she thinks there's going to be gossip, and there isn't. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's just I just even said, well, that's I actually said that's pretty nice myself, and I was like, oops. It's infectious. There you go.
Marvelous.
And then there comes Lenny with offering a ride down to the fertilizer factory.
They steam ream the pits. According to bloopers, that line was David's, and he couldn't get it out, so they delayed his entrance. So there's a blooper for that. There is a blooper for that, and he could not get that out, and they gave a line to Michael, and he gets to say it.
Interesting. Yep. Okay, I'll have to look at that one. That's cute.
I'll get you that link, but that is what happened. That's like when they gave Cindy Penny's line about being yellow bellied and lily livered. She couldn't get it out.
Right.
So
right. I was thinking of that too.
Yep. Sometimes if you can't do it, you just end up reversing the lines, cutting the lines, giving the line to somebody else.
Yep, and it's a sign of a certain class of actor that they get really insistent. Like, I'm going to say the line as it was written. I'm a professional. I've worked with a couple of folks like that, and I give kudos to them. But I personally feel if the line doesn't work for that person, then if they can't physically say it, that usually means that they're not going to say it offhand anyway.
Yeah. If they can't commit to it, there's a reason why they can't commit to it.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And then we cue Vivian.
I was going to mention that when the girls, even though Laverne wants to go see them steaming the pits. Look at the way she was fighting with Shirley, and then Shirley turned the idea down. And they said, well, maybe you could take Squig. And then Lenny said, we don't share the good times anymore. And Laverne puts her hand on his shoulder.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't write down the hand on shoulder, but I did write down we don't share the good times anymore and have a little sad face. I was wondering what that was there.
That's cute. The simultaneous locker bang. Oh, actually, the cascading locker banging.
Cascading, yeah.
Yep, cascading.
Also, honey, phrasing, locker banging.
That's what she said. Anyway.
It sounds like that. God, it sounds like a early '80s punk rock song. Anyway, cue Vivian. Slam. Pause. Grab the jacket. Slam. God, her delivery of that line that really shows Vivian's mask come off. He's late with my money. It's killer, and I love. And I mean, we both were screaming at Laverne's reaction.
Yeah, Laverne being so ready to kick ass. For once, Lenny does not let her go and kick this woman's ass in, which is surprising. He has one hand on her. Shirley has one hand on her, and both of them have to really hold her back. That is fabulous. Laverne was ready to murder.
Oh yeah,
this woman. Not only on Squiggy's behalf, because she hates snobs like her. So,
that's actually my line. Was that my thought was? I wonder if Vivian reminds Laverne of an even sneakier, slimier Rosie Greenbaum.
Possibly. Rosie has stronger moral fiber than this woman.
Absolutely.
Thus.
Yep.
Absolutely. She's ready to kill. Absolutely ready to kill. Oh. And then Lenny's line, he's our Squiggy and what's it to you? Masterful.
It's good.
That's beautiful. I love the kiss off that Squiggy finally gives Vivian. Finally.
Yep.
Finally. It's so well done. The audience is so here for it. The audience loves it.
Yeah, they go nuts. Just when he says no, that no on its own just like gets them going.
Yeah. It's glorious. It's wonderful. Oh, and everybody's so proud of him. Everyone's so proud of him. Lenny's proud of him. Shirley's proud of him. Laverne is very proud of him, but also wants to still murder Vivian.
Yep. Oh, it's so good. And I mean, there's even that bit, because I mean, there's so many awesome moments in the kiss off of this. What do I look like? Your little Squiggy bank? You take my love and you just trade it for an avocado Frigidaire. And I like that he thanks Cheryl without being gross about it. I thought that is so cute.
Oh, we didn't mention Laverne's line. Squiggy, that was so smart and grown up. But that guy smacker one.
I was going to mention that, but yes, I love that line too. And it's such a dignified response to give. She'll go home and cry her hair out.
Yeah. Great dialogue in this episode.
Buy me a soda. Buy me a Frigidaire. Cry me a river. You women are all the same.
Same. Yeah. Lenny's so proud of Shirley too. He notices his facial expression. He goes and he gives her a that-a-boy pat on the shoulder, which he goes to talk to Squiggy. And they talk about drinking a soda together, which he will do because all women are using them.
Oh, jeez.
The tag scene here is so cute.
It's one of my favorite tags of the season. Absolutely.
Yes. I love it. Shirley and Carmine are having a nice sedate board game night. They think they're exciting and awesome. And then comes Laverne after having saved a bunch of kids and animals and babies at a fire with Ted. And she's going to tell everybody about it, but they can read in the paper tomorrow. And then Carmine's last line there.
Yeah, got any warm milk?
Any warm milk.
Good. Yeah. No, this was easily one of the best of the season for me.
Yeah. Same beautifully crafted, perfectly crafted. Anytime when they're all teaming up together to kick a jerk out of their lives is a good episode.
I think, because we're recording these episodes through 2020, we've dealt with 4 years of a bully in the White House. And I think it's fair enough for us to say that. I mean, because regardless of whether you agree with his tactics, he fit the definition of a bully. I think watching bullies get taken the fuck out on this show was really cathartic.
A total delight. And yes, we are goodbye Earling the president at the moment. America has.
We'll fingers crossed that by the time this episode's out that things are going well and things are getting back on track. But we'll see if we're lucky. Anyway, is there any other notes to kind of cover for the episode? Because I'm trying to find. I do have mine, which I think is paraphrasing something you said. Marshmallows, truly the sexiest of foods.
Yes, I did say that. That's true. Just think, you can just pour molten sugar all over your beloved.
I mean, you could do it with fluffer butter, but not just straight marshmallows.
True. I've just spent too many years making Rice Krispie treats. I know what hot marshmallow feels like on your body.
Oh God, yeah, it's
not pleasant.
When you get the Rice Krispie treats out a little, you touch them a little too early.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it sticks to your fingers and it burns and you can't get it off. And ow.
You have to wear a lot of butter on your hands. I have made sculptures out of Rice Krispie treats, like little snowmen and stuff.
Oh,
and if you don't put enough...
God, that's adorable.
Yeah, you can do that. So you can make flat sheets of it and then cut it out with cookie cutters and then decorate them.
Yeah.
You can do all kinds of things. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Oh, I think it's adorable. But yeah, that's what I've always done. And I know for a fact, hot marshmallow will hurt your hands unless you douse yourself in butter. So that's my experience with it. That's why I said that thing about hot marshmallows.
Yeah. No, yeah, just get anyway, just back on track. But yeah, that was like kind of my last little note. Oh, I guess also I did love Laverne's orange shirt in the opening scene.
Yes, that's a
very
cute.
nice.
That's a cute outfit. Period. Everybody looks good in this episode. Should say
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
It really does.
Yeah, even Carmine's kind of drab. I mean, what should be drab, navy bluish sweater looks actually pretty good in this one.
Yeah.
Or is that his?
All
I can't remember if that's not his leather jacket, right? He doesn't. Or no. It's his big ragu.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
his big ragu
It's a
jacket.
big-
What am I saying? Duh.
Yeah.
Duh, duh, duh,
Yeah,
duh.
that's his big ragu jacket. Yep. That he probably got for bucks and. Yep.
Yeah.
This is a darn good episode. I have a feeling we're gonna rank it pretty highly, and I think it's ranking time.
I think it is. I went first. You wanna hit it?
Sure. This is a solid 10 for me. This is a solid 10 for me.
Wow.
It's good. It's just good. I love it when the gang gets together and they kiss off a jerk together. I love it when they show loyalty to one another and they are a band of four. One of my favorite things about the show is when they all get together and as a unit are on the same team and they show that friend love. This is the first time Squiggy gets a good spotlight episode, and David does beautifully with what he's given. There's a lot of funny, memorable dialogue. All the interactions are golden. I really like the Carmine and Shirley romance stuff, which at this point in the season is hard to pull off, especially in my little opinion. At this point, you just want to dump fire ants on the two of them sometimes. Just to make them be quiet for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oy, but yeah, this is a solid 10 for me. I'm guessing you're going to go a tiny bit lower.
Yeah, a tiny bit. I'd give this a 9. I would have liked a little bit better comeuppance for Vivian, or at the very least that the split between her mask and her real self be a little bit better defined. I noticed she changes the voice, but not quite enough for me. Just there's little directorial notes like that, and I don't know. There's something that feels like it's holding this episode back for me. It could just be just the fatigue and fugue of the season itself. I don't know, but I mean, that being said, I mean, this is easily one of the strongest episodes of the year, and this felt like an absolute return to form. This was what I remember seeing more of in season 3, and I've been like desperately missing for much of season 4 because it's just season 4 has just been. It's been rough, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, the attempted ship sinking was rough on you, but I told you they bounced back.
Yeah,
told you.
But it wasn't even just that. I mean, to be honest, the double header of Eraserhead and Bully Show back to back, that just threw everything off for me.
Ugh.
And it's like I
tried to avoid
recovered.
showing people. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it never quite recovered for me.
Yeah. I try to avoid showing people Bully Show. Yeah, I still like Eraserhead a little bit more than you, but I know why you don't like that one. Yeah. This is a beautiful episode. It's a refreshing episode. It's really, really good. I really like it a lot.
But again, it's I'm getting the Bumblebee effect, which is to say we could have had a Shirley and Carmine relationship be this adorable.
Yeah.
This whole time.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
It's because
the continued problem. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the reason I call it the Bumblebee effect. You know this. I just don't remember if I mentioned this on the show. It's like when you watch the Bumblebee movie and you think to yourself, we could have had Transformers movies this good the entire time for the last 13 years.
Yep. Exactly. You could have given me this instead of crap. Well, we can't afford to give you this and crap. I ain't asked for the crap. It's basically what it's like. Yep. Oh gosh, yeah. This is a good one. I really like it a lot.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. And I guess if that's everything for today, I guess just want to say thank you again, everyone, so much for joining us for Night After Night Pod. And if you would like to know more, please join us at Night After Night PC on Twitter or Night After Night Pod on Facebook, Tumblr, WordPress, and Patreon. As well, there's also our YouTube channel where we put up these podcast episodes as well as any other bonus videos that we do along the way. And we just want to wish you all a really good time and hope that you've been enjoying this nice. We've done a couple of longer ones recently, and this is kind of hoping you're enjoying the little extra, the share size episodes. So make sure to share it with your friends.
Yes. Tear and share, y'all. Tear and share.
Hee. Anyway, so what are we covering next time around? I feel like I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'm gonna screw this up for some reason or another.
Laverne tries to go girly to impress Jay Leno. Jay freaking Leno. This is the feminine mistake.
Oh joy. Well, join us, won't you? For I don't like Jay Leno, so hopefully people are okay with listening to me rant about that for about 5 minutes.
Gosh, oh man.
Anyway,
see you soon, y'all.
well, hopefully you'll join us next time, folks. Thanks again.
Bye, y'all.